I'm Mick, Woodworking Awunya. You go know Awabakal People. Hello friend, good to see you today. I'm on Awabakal country. And welcome back to part 2 of the camper makeover. Well, I've done a couple of little things since I spoke to you guys last. I've put tail lights in, so they're all working. I've run all the wires right through to the front, and I've put a couple of 6-inch LED little light strips at the back of it, just for a reverse light. Now, most trailers don't normally have reverse lights, but for this, I'd like to have that little bit of extra light behind me, so I have added a couple of reverse lights onto here. That also meant that I had to modify a section on the car because my trailer plug on the car never had reverse lights connected. So I'm going to go through now and just do a couple of small things for the moment. I do have other things on this afternoon, so a couple of small things. I'm going to go through and reinstall the hooks on here and just a couple of little bits and pieces to get it ready to go again. And then from here on, we've got to finish installing all the cupboards and carpet and this, that and bloody everything else. So stick with us and I hope you enjoy this one.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Got some egos to the face, baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on the tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.
Now to sit back and do the most enjoyable part. Wait for the paint to dry. I might have a snack while I'm doing it. Tell you what, I've got the perfect snack for that. Some Madhouse beef jerky. Damn, it's good. Alrighty, so I'm here at All Stitched Up Upholstery in the Sunshine, Lower Lake Macquarie area, and Keith is currently fixing the hole that's in the front of my camper, down over the back door of it. He's fixing that up for me, just putting a patch in there for the moment. If I can get the money in the near future, I'm going to hit Keith up and I think we'll reupholster the whole thing. So you can actually notice just here, it's actually been ripping further as he's been working. That's how weak that material's gotten. So he's patching on the inside, putting a whole heap of stitching in just to make it solid. And yeah, hopefully it will last a while. As I said, I'd rather get the whole thing done, but I just can't afford that at the moment. Well, there we go. Let's see if she's going to work. This is the new stereo system for the camper. Obviously needs a bit of a clean up and whatnot, but once she goes in, she should look good. See if it is going to work. A little bit of an FFX to give me shit that I'm not going to get in trouble for copyright on. What do we got? Something I know. Here we go. Well, definitely not complaining about that. More than loud enough for the camper. Once I go through and do all the equalizer and bass boost and all that sort of shit that obviously comes with all these stereos, should be even better. Pretty happy with that. Alrighty, so I've just done a test fit to make sure it's actually going to fit right in the section that it's got to go inside the cupboard here, and it fits perfect, absolutely like a glove. But I just thought while I'm at it, why not use a couple of these straps, pull it tight, and then I can throw the first couple of screws in to hold it in place. So much easier than screwing around trying to get bloody right angle pieces on a friggin' bench, I reckon. So give this a shot. I can line everything up and I can keep it tight with that strap and keep it nice and tight, and then I can just drop the screws in while it's standing upright exactly how it's got to be. I will be pulling it apart obviously to clean up all the edges and paint and stuff like that, but if I can get the holes and everything in place where they need to be, it's a lot easier. At least a couple of pilot holes to get me started. There you go, first screws in. Sweet! Happy with that. It's not the prettiest to look at from the front, but it's all good. If I really wanted to, I could probably make something to cover all of that too. You know, I've trimmed the doors down a little bit on each side, but I think there's a bit of wasted space if I do that. Yeah, I like that. Alrighty, so that's most of the box to do my side. I'm just finishing off this end section in here, and then I've got to do the one on the other side for the wife. Idea, as I was saying, I can actually run all my tent poles down in here, which is good, and I have a bit of conduit with the electrical cabling coming through. And then this section here will be lift up for a bit of storage. The tent pegs will have to come in under here a little bit, so I'll have a floor in there. I'll have sort of that much storage in there, which is good. Plenty to put cameras, phones, or whatever I want to hide in there.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If all only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown, they wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises, and when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown, they wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises, and when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Okay, so last night we faced a couple of problems. I put both the side pieces in and I tried to put the cupboard in and then put both the side pieces in, and I found that it's all a little bit too tight. If you remember back in the video, when I started building the cupboard, I cut the front, back and sides out of it. I put it in the little square angled section or rectangled angle section that's already in the trailer to make sure that it fits the right size that it's meant to be. Did all that and it was imperfectly, so I put the first few screws in to hold it in place and whatnot. Well, somewhere along the lines it's either gotten out of square just a little bit, or the layers of paint have actually made it too thick. So now it won't go back in there, and it is that tiny amount that I just can't get in. It's like what the thickness of the steel. So it's what 3 mil at the most, sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the plane out. I'm going to take a few mil off the bottom here on each side. Not so much front and back. Front and back seem to be fine, but it's the sides that are the problem. So I'm going to take a couple of mil off each side at the bottom, and then hopefully that will fit back in there properly. And once that's in, it should be okay, I'm hoping, with the two side pieces. I did notice the one on the wife's side yesterday was a little bit tight, but this also wasn't sitting in there properly either. So hopefully once it's actually in, everything will square up and fit right. So let's get the plane out and take a few mil off the end of the sides of this. looks better. Looks like it's actually seated this time. Now let's see if the stereo actually fits. Come on. Here, shuffle, shuffle. You know what? Not too shabby. I'm not quite finished yet. I've still got a bit of electrical stuff to do, and I've got to put the canvas back on, the base for the beds, things like that. This cable here, you saw me running that through. That's actually going to be to power the 12 volt TV. So there's a switch on my side that will turn that on and off. Obviously the battery itself isn't in yet, but it doesn't need to be. So yeah. Still got to wire all the stuff up at the front here, and especially the 240 volt stuff. Got to get all that done. She's getting there. Almost bloody done. Not long now. Everything's in. Everything except for the front stuff here is connected. Everything but there is connected. I can see light on that end on the USBs there. And I've got light there. That's pretty sweet, I like that. Very happy. Very sensitive, those lights. Very sensitive. One on this side's already on too. That's sweet. And there's a stereo connected in. Not that you can really tell. Remote to this shit.
And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first.
Yeah, remote's not real good, but it works. Stereo's working. So I'm not putting the canvas back on today, simply because it's going to be easier to run wiring down this side without the canvas. But that's basically all that's got to be done. Then I can put the bed bases back on and the canvas back on. And I'm done. Thank God for that. That'll be tomorrow. Alrighty guys, so this should be, by rights, the last bloody day working on this camper. I've got Nathan here with me today. He's doing the last of the electricals. I'm starting to put the beds back on. I can't do all of the bed just yet because I've got to put the canvas on top, and I've got to wait till Nathan's finished in there before I can put the canvas on. So I'm just screwing the bottom sections of the beds in now. Yeah, pretty well everything's done. Nathan's just wiring up the inverter and the last little bit of electricals for me. Better to have a Sparky actually do it than somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing properly. And yeah, so that should be done today. And the canvas should be going back on. That's the plan. Let's hope it actually goes to plan. Well, there we go. The bed platforms are back on. As you can see, they're working as they should. Let me shuffle up the side here. Lights are all working, USBs are all working. As you could see, the fridge is running. So all the electricals are working after we did let a little bit of smoke out of the wire. Nathan's just wiring in the plug for the TV, and then he's got one more job before he can go home, or before I've got to help him. That's the canvas that's going back on. I won't be doing the kitchen in this episode. I don't even know if I'll bother filming that, but I won't be doing that in this episode simply because I don't have time. We're going away in a day and a half, so I need to get it ready for us to go and enjoy. So yeah, guys, that'll be it for this episode. Massive thanks to Nathan for his help with the electrical stuff. I'm reasonably confident in doing it, but I'd much rather have somebody that knows what they're doing helping me out with it.
What are you going to do this for that?
That's not your fault. So yeah, very much appreciate his help there. Yeah, I'll give you a look as we're putting the canvas cover back on, and that'll be the end of the video, guys. So thanks for watching. I'm hoping you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, please remember to leave a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And I know something like 80% of you haven't subscribed, so please do so. Alright, Yama Buji de Murugu. Walk a good path. Yano, goodbye. Drawers all on the floor like Pam and Tommy just burst in the door and started whipping her ass worse than before. That's a return. Oh wait, no way, you're kidding. He didn't just say what I think it said, did he? Dr. Drew's dead is locked in my basement. I'm sick of him. Look at him walking around grabbing his you know what. You know who. Yep, it's so cute though.